I have returned. Internet issues, anyway. Oh, we already made it. Wouldn't you know it? Well... Yeah, well, at least... Like just the time that I was away doing nothing. And nothing happened, rather. Made up for the time we would have spent on that puzzle were we to do it normally, but... Now we've made it to the inner chamber. Where this machine is, as well as a few other things. Such as a book, personal journal, which apparently intrigues us, and a vial of forest nectar. Is there someone at Mike's channel? I'm kinda curious about that now. But anyway. We also have this machine in this room. The end of the contraption. And also... we don't know what the purpose of this is. It might make something. And I have no idea how you're supposed to know this, but what you do with this thing is put the nail into it. Which makes the machine come to life with a whir. And gives us a key. Did you expect that? I know I didn't. Yes, I know. I'm trying to pick up the key. Yep, we now have a crest key. A lovely small key according to the game. What the fuck are people talking about? I don't know. There's usually people in Mike's chat, you know, during the time he would usually stream. I guess just out of nostalgia, I don't know. Maybe they don't know about the other streams, or maybe they just don't want to be here. But at any rate, now we've made it into Lakmir's bedroom, I think. Slash study. Where we get a night elixir vial. As well as a quill pen. Which is mightier than the sword. And also a book. Memoirs. So, you know, let's do the smart thing and try sampling some of these new bottles that we've just done, such as a night elixir. Which apparently has no particular taste, what makes us feel quite odd, and you might not realize this, but my controls are reversed now. So let's quickly take the other vial, the forest nectar. It takes only a moment before our body begins to spasm. And just like that, we're dead. So let's not drink from those bottles in the future. They just either screw the interface or kill us. Let us instead check out the wizard's bed. That seems interesting. Nothing suspicious, it says. It lies. There's also an unadorned dish with the smell of chemicals, so... But before we start messing with that, let's check out these volumes. Like the wizard's personal journal. Apparently there's another dimension, but to reach the other side would require a juxtaposition of time and place and magic. I don't get it. Okay, here's the answer plain as day and free of the laws of physics. Apparently physics doesn't mean anything in that other dimension. There must be a channel for our will to put their will to us. Oh, he's talking about the wills of the dead, so I guess the other world is the death world. And the Ring of the Dead is that channel. But the ring is not enough, the will must also be strong. So if someone has the Ring of the Dead, they might be able to communicate with lingering spirits. And apparently all dead people have it not good. So we belong to both dimensions, yet to neither. And the ring might beckon one to enter the world of the dead, perhaps not to return. That's not so good. It has a brother and sister, and it's in a place of safekeeping, called the Inner Chamber. And apparently woe to any who seek it within this tower, even though I'm pretty sure that's what we're after. So, you know, good depiction of the lands of the living and dead here. On that Mobius strip. But we're not done reading yet. This time reading the wizard's memoirs. He must return to my rest. To rest. Sleep of restoration, sir, whatever you say. The boy was always like a son to me, well. Yep, I don't know why Jer died before Lakmir did, but apparently he did. He could not hold a circle of 12 together. Talimar turned to the black arts and became the Warlock Lord. Oh yeah, that's something I forgot to show actually, but in the NES version of Uninvited, you can find graves in the maze. And if you hit one of these things, a zombie comes out. The grave is labeled Talimar, and if you speak to the zombie, he says, like, "Don't you recognize me, boy? Perhaps the name Warlock Lord might ring a bell." And also, I accidentally hit the escape button. Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to recover from this. I did. Okay, thank goodness for that. Because I sometimes hit escape accidentally, which causes the emulator to hang. But indeed, here's the confirmation that the Warlock Lord's name is Talimar. Yep, he did. But apparently, even though he was dragged down to the abyss, he was not destroyed. Don't know how that works. Also, goddamn, that's really flickering there. Better. Actually, wait a moment. Yeah. Apparently, though, Lakmir doesn't have a hair for his teachings. That could be problematic. Except Belzar. Shows promise, it seems. But as it happens, Belzar is also interested in the evil arts. That's not so nice. So, of course, the most promising student is also the one who wants to turn evil. That seems to be a thing with a lot of these old wise dudes. Can't find someone worthy to take on their power because they all want to use it for greedy stuff. But anyway, I actually don't know exactly how we do this, but if we check out this door, it won't open and there's no keyhole to be found. And I forget what the clue is for this, but oh, wait a moment. There's something by the bed, I think. Yep, there sure is. The Inner Chamber. We can now learn about the verses it speaks of indeed. We shall make the light of the stars and open the portal with help from the One and the Four Orders. The Inner Chamber shall open its door. Yeah, I don't know about that, actually. Well, I know you're supposed to do something with this bowl. Maybe mix some liquid sunset. And some of this night elixir. Which results in that happening. Yep, the smoke rises and the ceiling transforms into a starry sky. Actually, I'm kind of curious though. What happens if we mix different shit into that thing? Like the dragon tears with the green stuff. Can we even do that? The liquids quickly evaporate. Oh, I guess no death for this, I guess. It just fizzles out. Even though that was the two wrong things. But no, we mix the two night related liquids, and that makes the ceiling turn into a starry sky. And sure enough, we can't really see it that well, but there's a particular spot in the ceiling that we're kind of interested in checking out. If only we were taller, well, we are a halfling, I don't know. I guess that's every halfling's dream to be taller. But we can climb the chair. Fortunately enough, apparently we're sturdy enough that we can use the chair for this purpose. So now we use our crest key. Somehow we were able to reach that far. On that hole, and it causes this door to unlock. And within this room we have... Okay, wait a moment. The thing stopped passing out, so it might be okay to... yeah, there we go. I think I need to recapture this. Yeah, there we go. To make it not suck. So now we're in a room with 3 rings. A blue one, a red one, and a green one. So let's take all of them, of course. Let's take the blue ring. And if you recall, there was a note earlier in the game that said that the blue ring makes people go insane. Let's take the green ring. Apparently the blue and green rings are the sisters of the red ring. And the red ring, which of course, as we will soon find out, is the most important of them all, because, as Lakmir will helpfully tell us here, as we continue to follow the narrow path, as we made it to the inner chamber, we have earned the Ring of the Dead. But also the living will fade away while we were in this ring. What of the task? Well, now we can look beyond these walls. Oh, apparently we can... Oh, we get special vision from the wizard man to see what's going on outside. And indeed what's happening is that this evil dude with the rod from the intro is arriving at the castle. And I don't think there's any indication of it yet, but this guy is Belsa, the kind of villain of this game. And Lakmir's former student who decided to take the chaos magic stuff and become evil with it. And that guy behind him is gonna be kind of important to the plot as well, but we won't find out why until like the game's about to end. Yup, that is Belsa. He opened up the castle. And apparently he wishes to free the Warlock Lord from his otherworldly prison. Yeah, I'm sure that'll work out great. But indeed, the Warlock Lord was in fact part of the Circle of 12. But if he returns to the world, we will fall apparently, even though Jer managed to defeat him quite well last time. But apparently we have a leg up from Belsa, because he doesn't know where the Staff of Ages is. And also we learned from Lakmir's own mouth that the last dragon is also alive. And with the dragon lies the power to defeat him. Yep, apparently Lakmir is in the world of spirits now. And apparently Dawn of the First Tower might help us. But that's pretty much it for the Tower of Lackmere. Yep, that is what happened at the end of Shadowgate 1. He got dragged into the abyss by the behemoth. But apparently he didn't die. According to this game, you know. Apparently he's just imprisoned in the depths of the earth or something, below the castle. Don't know if it even is possible to kill anyone in the land of the dead, but now the way we teleport out of here is by going through this door, which leads us to this place, and then disappears. And I don't think we'll have to come back to this tower ever again, so... Oh, the retcon has only just begun, trust me, you. It gets even more confusing in Beyond Shadowgate, because Beyond Shadowgate has, like, a different continuity, which it is based on. And that reminds me, we haven't tried out these rings yet, have we? So what happens if we equip the blue ring? We begin to itch uncontrollably. And now you can't really see this again, but my controls are reversed. So let's trade it for the green ring. Uh-oh, the room begins to swim and we fall to the floor. So yeah, the green ring is instant death. However, let us put on the Ring of the Dead. That might come in handy. Because now we will in fact be able to talk to the dead. But there aren't any of them besides Lackmere himself in this tower. So let's instead go back to this place. I don't think there's any other way out of that tower. And return to the cathedral. And now that we have the Ring of the Dead, we might be able to talk to the dead woman downstairs. That might be something that we can do. Oh yeah, here we go. So of course her ghost appears before us. Apparently she's Jezebel. Totally not Jezebel. She has a son, Saul, who used to seek gold and gems with his partner, Lucas. And he became estranged. He left. And after he left, this woman got sick with the Black Death. And now we're being tasked with finding the guy and giving him this pendant. And her diary. Well, apparently we get the pendant, but now we can't pick up the diary too. Well, I'm trying to, but instead I'm talking to the ghost. I'm really trying to pick up the diary here. It's really difficult to aim the camera just right, if that's even what we're supposed to do. Actually, wait, maybe if we just take off the ring. Yeah, an old woman, but I'm trying to target the book. Yeah, here we go. Take the family diary. The spirit relinquishes the diary, so having being done with her, let's put the ring back on, in case we run into any more spirits. And check out this door downstairs. It's still locked, but I think now we can use our rusty key to unlock it. Which leads us back to this place. Yep, this is indeed where this door goes out to. This hallway that we were in at the start of the game. So now we have a shortcut to backtrack and travel forward as we please. And now we can talk to this guy too, since we were in the ring. Hey, don't forget about that. And this is Lucas, the guy we heard about. Apparently he was a friend of Saul, but he died. Nope, they found something. A staff. Might have been the staff wielded by Lord Jer, but this guy didn't want to consider selling, which caused Saul to kill him and run off with the staff. So could it be that that staff that Belsar was holding was in fact the Staff of Ages? I don't know. No, not quite. I don't know. Something like that. But we also get to this, this skeleton over here. Which apparently belonged to this guy. The servant of Aristolian, son of Antraru. Who is guarding his master's wealth. I don't think he's coming back, dude, but you know, suit yourself. I don't even remember if there's anything else I can do in here. If I go one of these places was, well, it's too late now, I went. Okay, that's what was there. In the middle room. That's nice, Beefy. Oh, this is where we came out of, isn't it? Yeah. And this is the way through which we backtrack. While avoiding the ghost, because if you just go forward there, he just, you know, pops up and says something which doesn't really make sense. He just repeats himself. And I don't know if we can unlock this door over here, but I'm gonna try it. I don't remember if we can go this way yet. Oh, we can. Well, let's check it out then. Oh, it leads back to this tower. The Tower of Disciples. Or the basement of it, at any rate. And if you recall, there was one room in this place, which... Yeah, also hello, Hatter. I'm guessing you may have been lurking for a while, but that's just an assumption. So if we walk around here... and we check out the slipper. We can't see it, but we can find this guy. Another ghost. Who has a sad tale to tell. How shocking. A ghost with a sad tale. He had a granddaughter named Caitlin who has been missing for a long time now. He found one of her slippers. That's all they found of her. And he wants us to find out what happened to her. And he's giving us a key to help find out. We got a key. I'm not sure where it goes, but you know, stuff. I'm sure we'll find out the use for that key eventually, but okay, it's a scimitar key, yeah. But what's really important is that now the way out of this tower is open. Which means that we can finally go outside. And now we're in the burg that surrounds the castle. And to our right is another coin. A lucky day, so let's take the coin. And if we go forward a little bit, we should take off the Ring of the Dead though, because if we don't, if we are wearing it, we can't talk to the living. Around the corner we find this guy. He looks quite friendly, doesn't he? The halfling from the trade caravan, yep, that's us. We did in fact escape. But he doesn't want to catch us because Belzar has returned, which apparently changes everything. An evil portent at that. Apparently Belzar has cut down quite a few of his men. Yeah, Belzar is our enemy now, not the thieves. And these little plaques say that the guardman's creed are to hold gates at all costs and never leave his post. Apparently a guard of 2 can hold any castle gate, but let's keep talking to this guy. He seems amicable enough. About Belzar's dark army, sure. Belzar was originally a disciple of Blackmere, this much we knew. But he dabbled in black magic and was expelled. Apparently he's been keeping himself alive magically, so he's like the Voldemort of this game. He returned to Shadowgate, something's about to happen. And unless we're a hero, which apparently we don't look like, we shouldn't go near him. The ghost of the lake, you say? Apparently there's a lake at the back of the park. With a ghost of a little girl, huh? That sounds kinda like what we might be looking for. But this guy doesn't think it's true. About the treasure hunters, huh? Apparently there's a place where treasure hunters dig. And one of them is looking for old coins, which we have one of, so... And the others mutters of strange things, though. Oh yeah, because some of them might be looking for the Warlock Lord buried under the castle. The fire in the stable. Apparently there was a commotion at the stable with a fire. And the stable keeper's a bit on edge now. I wonder if that's gonna come in handy at any point. And even though very few people here can read, he's put signs up. Anything else you have to say about the troubadour? A troubadour, a bard if you will, in such shape. He's been living here ever since they picked him up. Yes, he says he's famous, but apparently this guy doesn't believe it. We can also learn about the innkeeper, a strange man named Modor, who runs the Rusty Sword. Which only attracts black market traders. Perhaps except an old woman. Wonder who that could have been. But she died. Yep, I had no idea who that could have been. So might as well have another quick look around this area. I think I'm gonna cut the game soon since we're only about half done with it and I'm nearing the 2-hour mark. Don't know if I can do anything here. Yes I can. I can pick up this broken lance. I don't think there's any use in the game for this, but we can pick up the broken lance. But we will not pick up any of the not broken spears. We will not pick up the shield. We will pick up the broken sword though. Yep, apparently the blades are sharp, but we still will not take any of the ones that are in good shape. Don't think there's anything else in this room. So, over in this door. Oh, I saw a mouse run by. There's also a forge back here, but don't think we can ever use it for anything. Also quivers, which we can't pick up. And stuff that we can't interact with. So, just a flavor room, I suppose. So what could be behind this door, I wonder? It looks like a fairly welcoming place, right? Well, nothing worse than the smell of roasting boar meat, so there must be some people around at least. Well, we got some bugs here in the back wall. We got a potted plant, which we will not acknowledge. So, yeah, it looks like this is the living quarters of someone. So let's see what else is in this place. Oh. So could this be? It's the dungeon keeper. I somehow knew that before he walked into frame, but now we're too late to evade him. Apparently he was quite speedy, and he sends us into oblivion. And so he didn't throw us back in the dungeon; he just killed us. That's nice. So let's not go that way this time. Let's just head on out of here. And see what's upstairs. Surely not more danger, not in this game. We got some neglected crockery. We got a couple more rooms to explore. Doesn't seem to be anything in here except a sword, which we could never wield in battle, according to our wonderful protagonist, Del. We got a precious gem, though. And a plate. An ornate dish. There's a sword that we can't use. There's a bracelet. An impressive bracelet, yes. So let's take this apparently bauble bracelet. I don't think there's anything else. This wall looks kind of cracked, but small cracks. Yeah. This building is kind of in sad shape, isn't it? And a piece of parchment on the table, apparently a petition. So let's see what the petition can make us learn. We find the conditions of the roads intolerable. Oh yeah, they haven't done anything about that, I'm sorry to say. That's why we're here to begin with. So let's check out this other door. Seems to be another bathroom, and sure enough there's someone here. But before we bother him, let's loot his room. The Narth Family Chronicles. Apparently we're quite pleased with our new acquisition in literature. We've got a heavy satchel, a bed. Books of poetry, which we can't plunder. And finally this guy. This blocky bard here. His name is apparently Will Goddard. He must be from somewhere outside Kaltolim, because we haven't heard of him. He doesn't sound egotistical at all. Sure, let's listen to a song. What could possibly go wrong? The Saga of Lord Jer, huh? Yeah, that text is going by kind of fast, but... The Warlock Lord melts in his rage. Yeah, that didn't happen. You know, if you try to attack the Warlock Lord with his Staff of Ages, he just killed you instead. Apparently the song moved us, though. So sure, let's have another song. The Song of Triumph, which apparently thieves like. song comes to an end, yes. Apparently it's that the thieves like it very much. So let's have another performance. Apparently this song was written by the Dungeon Keeper. That's interesting. So apparently the Dungeon Keeper has a softy side to him, and he's a fair violin player. But he sold his violin. Apparently he was crying as he sold it. So as thanks for listening to him ramble on with his songs, we get a gift from him. A flower at that. And he mentions, don't repeat his tales of the Dungeon Keeper to anyone because he's the one who chipped his violin. And that's actually kind of an important bit of information. We need to remember that his violin was chipped specifically. So I think we're done with this building for now. Also, welcome back, AB, to Shadowgate Vaganza. So now we get to explore the area surrounding the castle for a little bit. If we come here, we find these guys who are working for Belza. The troops have encircled the castle, so... Yep, that's all he's going to say. And it would do us well to remember how these guys look, because they'll become unfriendly later in the game. Apparently we will be dealt with if we try to snoop around. Uh-oh. Well, let's keep trying to get in, of course. Except we're swatted away. Let's try again. No, he just slaps us away again. Well, let's not pester them anymore then. Don't think they're gonna kill us or anything. So we end up here in the stable area. There's a well here which we can't examine. Also this place. An actual stable which we can't do much with. If we head inside this stable building though, this is where the fire happened. That's the stable keeper right there. There's a sign that says fire is strictly prohibited from the stables. Well, obviously. So now if we talk to this guy with the pointy ears. There's no horses here, which is why he's watching for the horses. So they got locked out. Spoiler alert, we're never gonna hear about the horses again. So let's go away from this area. Which results in us ending up in the dig. I think actually we can, even though it's a pretty short fall, we can die by just falling into the dig area. Anger at lack of any warning signs or fences, well. Or are extremely low tolerance for shock, apparently. For physical damage. So let's of course instead use the ladder to descend into the extremely shallow pit, which apparently killed us. And speak to this guy. Oh god, that face. Apparently he's digging. Building a barn. I don't think we said that at any point. But this is apparently Geran. Digging in a heap of old garbage, because apparently he's looking for something valuable. He found a 4th century gold coin once, digging around in garbage. So he's quite interested in old coins. And he's still laughing at that barn joke which he made up. And now he's examining stuff in the other direction that he was looking. So let's of course show him our ancient coin, which we found lying around in the Tower of Disciples. It cannot be, he says. The coloring is near perfect for its age. The workmanship is unmistakable. The detail is exquisite. The coat of arms hits a mistake. Apparently the engraver lost his head because of that mistake, so it's like a misprint with what is it called? Philately? Yeah, that's the collection of stamps. And apparently that makes it the most collectible coin ever, so now we watch in shock as he runs away with our coin. We just step aside to let him escape. But he also runs right into the yeah, I don't see how he could have escaped, but apparently he did. So let's check out the pile of garbage he was digging around in, which resulted in us finding an old dirty slipper. And indeed, apparently we are now the proud owner of a slipper. So having made that wonderful acquisition, let me see, what is behind this place? It's this area. We can't really do anything in here yet, though. This is the Tower of the Dragons, which is the last tower, but apparently the huge doors are impossible to open for us right now. Hello. And the piercing eye of the statue stares at us. Only with wing roars and fangs shall a dragon fly. Well, I'll keep that in mind then. I think we can descend into this place though for something that we can find here in one of these places. Not in this one. Oh yeah, I think we can die by falling off the edge here too. I don't see how that works, but it's the same death as before. So that's something. Alright, can we descend into this pit here? I think we can. And the reason we would want to come here is not to do this, because if we try heading into these tunnels we find stagnant water in the reservoir, which we can't do anything with. But if we explore this place a little bit, we should be able to find something else lying around somewhere. Probably. Yeah, there we go. This other coin, which is a more ordinary coin. But we will find a use for it. So, pretty much being unable to do anything else in this place, let's leave. Now maybe we can see who lives in here, in this little house by the pit. Apparently it's a guy in a blue robe. Is there anything we can steal from him? Apparently not. We're not interested in his stuff. His bed is not suspicious, but he sure looks suspicious, I would say. Are we a seeker of truth? This is Rastalin, a humble scholar. he seems to have found a fabled resting place, which contains the imprisoned Warlock Lord. An ancient place created for the Circle of 12 to reside in. And the key to its power is the combined might of the 12. The Staff of Ages apparently possesses the essence of the Circle, and yeah, apparently that's all he says. So that was interesting. Is there anything up these stairs? Apparently there is. For instance, I see another book. Musings of a Lunatic. That sounds like good reading. And sure enough, we gingerly place that into our pack. Mice have chewed on this, it seems. But I think that's pretty much all we can find in this one area. There's a house over here too, but it's locked. For now. And a dead end. We will be coming back to this house soon enough though. But for now we take this passageway into the next area. And along the side of the road there's another coin. There's another set of big doors, but might as well look at the rest of this area before we go through them. There's a way back, and there's a differently colored plant here. Apparently it's a poisonous plant. Apparently though it also has no use. Maybe you can eat it to get poisoned, I don't know. Nope, it just can't be used. So let's see what lies beyond these doors. Well, I see a fountain. And, wouldn't you know it, this old guy is back. The narrow path which we are still following leads us here. And you can kind of barely see the statue back there, but that is indeed a statue of Lord Jer, conqueror of the Warlock Lord. With his sword and staff he was an enemy to the darkness. We need to grovel before him. But apparently we were much like him when he was found. A mighty hero is in the midst, huh? Well, whatever you say, old guy. I wouldn't know about that, but I got a stump which apparently isn't suspicious. We gotta block the doorway. I think that's the way into the Tower of Lackmere, which is why we can never go through that door. And another coin over in this pile of rubble. No, I'm trying to get the coin. Here we go. But there is another place. Over here, this is the lake, I think, which was mentioned, was close to this place. Which was where the little girl's ghost was. So let's see. We can't move any further though. There's no entrance to this tower, well I'm seeing it. It's down there though. Stagnant mossy water and a skeleton, which indicates a dead person's presence, so let's put on the Ring of the Dead. And sure enough, we found the little girl's ghost. And she is the owner of the slippers. She just can't go home without her slippers. We have one of them though, so I think we have to go back to the Tower of Disciples and pick up the other one. Well, at least now we know that that's a thing that we have to do. But if we keep going in this direction... we will come to this door. Which means we've almost completed the Castle Town circuit, I don't know. Which will lead us back to the place where we first went outside. But if we go through these doors, I think. They're locked, but we do have the cemetery key we got from that ghost guy. Which opens the lock. Wait a moment. Before we go through that door, though, might as well check out the remainder of this place. Fairly sure there's one more coin we can find, but I don't remember exactly where it is. Oh well. Well, if we go into this shop... this is indeed a shop, but since we're wearing the Ring of the Dead... if we try to talk to this guy... he doesn't understand us. So let's take this thing off. And talk to him again. Oh, we can talk to him about the violin. That the dungeon keeper has apparently. This is the guy he sold him to. He sold it to, rather. And apparently the dungeon keeper threatened him to keep his instrument safe? So we might be able to buy the violin, but not right now. We can indeed exchange a coin, one of our coins. Only slightly used. We can get a brooch, which apparently was owned by the Duchess of Treyhelm. So let's get the brooch for 1 copper coin. Seems like a good deal to me. So let's spend the rest of our money here, why not? A vintage jewelry case. Sure, let's buy the jewelry case. That seems like it'll come in very useful. So we can buy 2 more things. Such as a ripe fruit out of season. It's got to be good, just look at the color. Actually, I don't know if you can eat this fruit, I've never bought it before. Can we eat it? No, we cannot, so let's not get the fruit. Let's instead get the gauntlet owned by Magnus the Gold. You know, Jer might have had a use for that, but I don't think we do. I'm still not buying the fruit. Maybe the pewter cup. I think this is whole stuff that was in the original Shadowgate somewhere. We saw the pewter cup in the room with the globe that opened in it in the first Shadowgate, but we don't really serve any purpose here. So let's go ahead and go into the inn, which causes us to instantly be addressed by this guy, who says he has no empty rooms, so we're instantly booted out of this place. However, if we equip Jezebel's pendant and then go in... Actually, wait. There's a bunch of books I think that we're carrying that we haven't read. The most important of them being Jezebel's diary. So let's check it out. A joyless high winter. Oh god. Yep, there's the heavy book pages again. Golden gems he wants. Apparently Saul was trying to help her mother, but a whole lot of good that's gonna do him now that she's dead. Modo, the guy from the inn, I was trying to cheer him up, to cheer her up. Oh, the boy returned. But he lied? He found nothing but... Ooh. Oh, he found the stuff, right. He was carrying something long and thin to his room, so he found the stuff that Lucas told us about. He's now gloomy and secretive, and he hasn't mentioned Lucas, right? Because he killed Lucas to get the stuff for himself. And he left with a dwarven soldier. And indeed, the woman died from the Black Death. The boy left to join the evil wizard's company, oh boy. So the boy, Saul, might have joined up with Belza. I might as well check out the rest of our books now. We already looked at this though. I forgot to look at the family diary before. Let's learn all about the Denard family. The Dragon Keepers of Kal Tolin. The first dragon, the mighty Bolhalo, chose a man of great stature to be his keeper. And that man was the third of the Denards. The Denard had the sweetest voice in the land, and his descendants had similar skills. And apparently something was learned about by a musician called Genlin, who apparently said that they were interested in musical skills. But Denard neither sang nor played an instrument, but he did get to stroke a dragon's egg, that bard. Genlin left shortly thereafter, but apparently touching the dragon's egg made him way better at playing the instrument. And now let's educate about the Musings of a Lunatic, the most interesting title yet. Apparently the staff wielded by Lord Jer was the Staff of Thunder, and not the Staff of Ages. Without the Staff of Thunder, there would be no Staff of Ages. If so, it must have been the Staff of Ages, yeah. Oh god. So he says that the stuff that was used in the first game was the Staff of Thunder, according to that guy. And it was flawed. He lost control of it and lost it in a fissure beneath the castle. And the 5 artifacts from the first game with the Staff of Ages are a different thing? Oh. Okay, wait a moment. So there are 2 staffs. One of them was beneath the castle. That looks like the Staff of Ages to me, you know, with the golden thorn and all that. I don't know. So apparently there's 2 staffs. That's gonna be handy to remember. But anyway, we are now wearing Jezebel's pendant, so let's try going inside the inn. Where Modor greets us with... Yep, it's just like Jezebel's. We got it from her ghost. So that's close. Are we perhaps a grave robber? What if we answer yes? What if we displease him? Oh, he just kicks us out. Thought maybe we could get a death from that, but I guess not. Can we try again? Oh, apparently yes, he just forget about that first time we talked to him. But indeed, she did in fact entrust it to us as a ghost. He's not convinced that we can speak to the dead, though. So he's gonna test our knowledge of soul. It was a winter when... High winter, yeah, when he came home, according to the diary. He left with a dwarven soldier. And Jezebel became sick with the Black Death. So he seems satisfied. Apparently he lied to us before. He has vacant rooms. And he will let us to them for free. Let them to us for free, rather. Getting my words mixed up. So now finally we can get a look at the inside of the inn. And there's a woman here. Wouldn't you know it? And that guy teleported to the to behind the bar. Apparently. Purchase something. Apparently someone called Festus who masquerades as a merchant. Who's a loan shark? Oh well. Spoiler, we're never gonna meet Festus in the game. So let's see what this woman has to say. What a nicely kept shop. What a nicely kept shop. Oh, she knows our name. Dell. She is a seeress who can foresee such things as our arrival. Apparently she saw a vision of us long before we were captured. Speaking to the thieves tapes before our caravan entered their territory. Halfling, but not just any halfling. Thieves would have robbed our caravan and killed us in the process. Well, she saved us, she says, but I don't know how that could be. So now she's asking us to free her brother, yep. Her brother Agar, who was the magician in the cell at the start of the game. Yes, of course we'll help. We need to get past the room of the dungeon keeper, yes, but he will kill us if we try to go there, so... So we need to find a distraction before we can go there. And when we do get there, give him this orb. So now we've been tasked with that. Anything else to say? So apparently we're her only hope. That doesn't sound familiar. And if we go upstairs, we find a travelogue, which is apparently just one sheet of parchment. We now own the travelogue, we can pass it off as our own writing. And also a travel guide, which is also only one sheet of parchment. A very compact travelogue and travel guide. So let's check out what they say, why not? The travelogue says... Someone got trapped here, huh? Trying to escape the dangers of the road, but now they're trapped in the thief-controlled Shadowgate. Good stuff is important for travelers, yes. And a stave can be made from dead branches and such, but we shall not be doing that. So now let's work on freeing Agar from the dungeon. Because I don't know if we've gone through this door yet. Yeah, this is the door we came from when we were doing the circuit. If we go through this door, however, which we unlocked recently, we find ourselves back here at the cathedral. And now that we have the Ring of the Dead, we can maybe see if there's anyone hanging around near the graves. Like this guy in the purple robe. A disciple of Lakmir, who betrayed him for the world of black magic, which never let go of a person. So he thinks his soul is tainted and can't be redeemed. That's a shame. But let's go ahead and talk to these guys. The ones that will surely be present at this here graveyard. A sorcerer who longed to be like Lakmir the Great. He was allowed to undertake the challenge of the Tower of Trials. But he failed miserably. Sucks for you, buddy. But apparently someone had tampered with the trials. He wants to find out who that was and make them pay. I actually don't know if we'll ever find out who that is, but... Apparently no one in this gravestone, but... There sure are a lot of old wizards buried here. Apparently this guy fought the sorcerer of black magic, Belzar. And lost, yep. Belzar possessed a lot of power from apparently bathing in dark waters. And we can only hope that he kills us quickly if ever he catches us. Is there anyone at this grave? There is. Another one of these guys. He had no power against the Witch King. Well, no, he can only be killed by something that isn't a man, so maybe if you're a woman. Or the Warlock Lord has the power to call him, so apparently... Maybe the Witch King of Angmar was the Warlock Lord. And apparently Elorgia failed to defeat him. The Lord's power lived on to his deadly minions, and apparently not even the staff, which defeated him, could defeat them, because they had the Warlock Lord's spirit back up. This is a really weird storyline, but... Staff of Thunder falling from his scroll. Okay, wait a moment. So he used the Staff of Ages against the Warlock Lord, but then he used the Staff of Thunder to fight his hordes? I don't know. I'm really not clear on what the Staff of Thunder is exactly, but now we get a guy with a different model. It's a fat man with bourgeois robes, who is apparently Aristolin, a very rich fat guy. Yep, and apparently they only loved him for his money. But he hid away his greatest treasure and his secret place. So let's do what no one else did for him in life, apparently. And leave him a flower at his grave. Hello? Yep, we've done something that no one ever did for him in life, apparently. During their rage wars, which shall not be referenced again, most of his fortune was hidden deep underground, near the water channel. And apparently even he doesn't know where it is, but... We must tell his servant, Dersius, Aristolin bids you to relinquish the treasure. So let's get a hold of all that money. Seems like it might be quite useful. Hello. So we go from halfling who can't even escape a tiny cell to rich guy to... I don't know what else we're going to be by the end of this. But let's take this shortcut back into the sewers. let me take off the ring, since if I don't, I'm gonna have to talk to the dead guy. And I don't really feel like doing that. Even though I'm gonna have to put it back on to talk to the other dead guy. At least when I'm coming back around I can avoid him. And sure enough we met this guy before, but we can talk to him again. Hello. Oh, here we go. Yep, Aristalin did indeed give us permission to get his treasure. And by the fact that we know his name, he seems to be convinced. So we got this big pile of gold and gems, which we are just carrying around now. And now this ghost guy can finally move on. So, you know, our task completed, let's go away. Get back into the grind. And go back to the Tower of Disciples for a little bit, since... oh, Jesus Christ, I was trying to avoid this guy. Because he just goes on about the same thing over and over again. Oh well, I don't think we'll ever be coming back down here anyway. So let's head over this way. Should lead us back to the basement in the Disciple Tower. And if we go into the ghost's room, we can now pick up the slipper here, which we should have done before. We see a single slipper, but now we have the pair of them. Which means we can beckon the little girl's ghost to return here. But what we need to do now is rescue the wizard man. And I think after I rescue him, I'm going to cut this game because there's still quite a bit of it left, and I think I've been playing this for quite a while enough. So the town, not this way. What am I doing? It's the other way. So this is where we end up if we go the other way. It's a quick way to this part of the castle town. And now that we have this big pile of treasure, we're of course going to give it to this guy. That makes a lot of sense. Oh right, we have to take this thing up first though. So here you go, treasure. Quite a tidy sum, but he doesn't want to know how we got it. Yep, the violin. And we need to pick the correct one. The violin without strings? What happens if we pick yes? Oh god. I have a feeling if we do that we lose though, because that's not the correct one. Oh, but we can exchange it. Well, never mind then. The one we are supposed to get though is the chipped violin. Because if you recall the sign on the wall which you can't read, yes? The bard says that he was the one who chipped the dungeon keeper's violin, so... So that is the reason, the clue why we need to pick the chipped violin, which is the dungeon keeper's one. don't know why he sold it. Actually, I do know. I recall he was. He did have some financial troubles or something, which is the only reason he sold it, because apparently he lacks it very much. And now we're going to use it as our ultimate means of getting past him, because we stealthily creep our way into this room. We can find some sheet music, a bow, which is enough of a visual clue, yes. So let's leave the violin here. Uh-oh, someone's coming. So let's just stand around, waiting for him to come. Seems like a smart idea. So, well, he took too long, but now what happened instead is I triggered this death again. But we've already seen it though. What I'm trying to find out right now is if we can die from just waiting around here too long. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and assume the answer is no. Well, anyway. So now that we've hidden behind this wall here, we hear the footsteps of the guy as he comes over and... and is now quite happily playing his old fiddle. Don't disturb me while I'm practicing, hey. Oh shoot. Yeah, so if we get close to him, we get caught still by him. And now he's holding that stuff as he comes toward us. So that's a different death, I guess. So this time let's not disturb him and instead try to sneak past him. Get this key hanging on the wall. And head down into the dungeon. Apparently the guy's still playing. So all of these cells are empty, except the one with a gar in it. Should be one of these. Can't remember which one though. This one? Yeah, there we go. It's locked and won't open, but he's waiting for us to open it. And sure enough, now that we've done it, let's head inside and... Yep, we Del have indeed come back for you. Oh, but apparently he snuck up behind us and... no time. How could he create a spell? Well, I don't know. This guy sure looks pleased with what he's done though. However, we do have this orb that his sister gave us. So let's of course give it to him. Which leads to him creating a teleportation spell which switches places with the dungeon keeper. And then uses that same Saiyan concentration to escape this place. So the cell door is now, oh god, begins barreling towards you. Does he though? I don't see him moving from there. So if you try to just walk away from this, you could have just gone there, dude, but you get the same death with a different context. So of course what you do is lock the dungeon door again. So now this guy is locked in there forever. I hope he doesn't starve. And we are free to walk away. And we shall go to see what has become of our now freed wizard buddy. He said he would meet us at the inn. And sure enough, here they are. Actually, wait a moment. I want to see if I can make a custom save state for this. I might have a use for that in future. Okay. And he has a feeling of impending doom, much like the people in Majora's Mask, So he's going to skip town, much like the people on Majora's Mask. He knows that Belsar is behind everything, though. He tells us to leave with him, but apparently we're still gonna stick to the narrow path and stay here to confront the evil. And with that, he removes the seal from his cottage in the castle. We will be going there soon, but yep, he just uses his Saiyan powers to teleport away. And the innkeeper says they disappeared without paying the bill. Isn't that nice? But with that episode, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it for this game here right now, because there's 2 towers left still and then the game ends, but it's gonna take another while, so I'm gonna save it for next time.